Jag stod da at the Doams. I am workman of the Doamish tribe. Akwaye, kwakwaye, kwasiap siapchat. And great grandson of Chief Seattle. Not very long ago, my grandfather stood on the shores of Alki and he said, La Leodisiadisha Padatea Lokdoams. Come ashore, my friends, onto this ancient land of the Duwamish. And then he said, Guihidisiaya. This word Guihid, it means welcome. We as native people have been inviting for century upon century upon century to people that come to this land, and we continue to say that today, and we say that these words simply mean that the Duwamish, the native people from here, are welcoming all people onto this land. No more cold days, no more ice. And that it is warm here in Seattle. And so when we talk about land acknowledgement, how do we do that? How do I do that as a native person who for so many years, just like my ancestors, were undocumented? We didn't need papers to say that we were American or that we lived in this place. We simply existed. And so that's how we are today. And so what I want to say to you, just like my grandfather said 172 years ago when he said, welcome my friends onto this land. That today we recognize the world as a much smaller place. And we have people from all mixes of life and race and genders. And so we say Gwi-Gwi-Hedak, which means everybody. Everybody is welcome here. It is my honor to stand on the stage before you today and speak in a language that is not foreign to me, but it may be to you, and to express these thoughts of welcome, and so that you will know that the great-great-great-grandson of Chief Seattle said it was okay for you to be here and that you are welcome here. Welcome, my friend. And thank you. Boy.
I don't know if y'all felt it, but as he spoke, I felt like we're so honored to be able to hear those words from him. And it doesn't just come because we're standing here. It's because there are folks that earned that, actually. There's a lot of work that's been done to earn someone like him saying that you're allowed to be here. And that's a huge deal. One more hand for Mr. Ken Workman, please. And the Duwamish people. All right, here we go. This is our only elected official speaking today. I just want to put that out there, okay? This No Kings is not going to be a series of updates from politicians. This man is the exception, again, because he's earned it. He's fought in ways that we don't know, and we only hear about when the headlines come out, very quietly. And he's a very, very humble person, and he convinced everyone to let him through here. I will tell you that I was just in Selma, Alabama with Nick Brown, and that man does the work, and he respects the history, and that is important to me. Nick Brown is the Washington Attorney General and believes that the AG's role is to serve as the people's advocate, and is committed to using the legal tools and the power of the AG's office to uphold and enforce Washington's laws, to protect people's rights, and to stand up for our shared values and keep us safe. He is also a neighbor and one of us. Ladies and gentlemen, Nick Brown.
No hate. No war. No kings. No hate. No war. No kings. My name is Nick Brown, and I have the honor of being your Attorney General. Which means I have the honor of fighting for your civil rights, for your reproductive care, for your right to be safe, to be who you are, and to love who you love. Me, all of you, we are not standing idly by while we have a tyrant trying to destroy our country. And I wish everybody could see what I see right now, looking at this impressive crowd. We have a president in the White House who wants to divide us and diminish the voice of America. But you today are part of one of the largest organized, unified, and peaceful protests in history. And sometimes it is hard to know when you're making history. But this to me sure looks like history is being made. And I think that you are here because we know that while fascism festers in our nation's capital, we together can protect each other and heal this wound on our democracy. Because I think Donald Trump is afraid of what we see here today. I think he is afraid to see when Americans stand up against the dangers of fascism. And that is why he attacks our right to vote. That is why he tries to censor free speech. That is why he attacks immigrants. That is why he attacks our LGBTQ community. That is why he attacks public servants and community leaders and judges and scientists and veterans and students and anyone that tries to stand up to them. And that is why he tries to take away food from the hungry, health care from the sick, and education from our children. And that is why he is using ICE to terrorize our communities. But y'all, I do not fear Donald Trump. I do not fear Donald Trump. I do not fear Donald Trump. Do you fear Donald Trump? Do you fear Donald Trump? Hell no. Not today, not tomorrow, and not ever. Because I know our resolve. I know that the power of the people is greater than any would-be king. Our resolve is greater because we know the truth. Our eyes have seen the terrible things done to this nation under Donald Trump. But our eyes have also seen the good and the heart and the strength of the communities in this United States of America. We see it in our friends. We see it in our neighbors, in our churches, in our community centers. From classrooms to the courtroom, we know that we are more than whatever this administration will throw at us. We will fight the good fight because America has no kings. We will outlast this fascism because America needs no kings. And we will protect our democracy because America wants no kings. And as your Attorney General for the last 15 months, we have sued Donald Trump almost 60 times. And our work shows that fighting fascism is a marathon. It is not a sprint. Keep it up. But we sustain ourselves with energy in our community, with the power in our streets today, and the connections that we are making in our neighborhoods tomorrow. So please do not let this fight end when you go home. continue our fight for a better America by supporting your community tomorrow and the day after that and the day after that. You know, at that end of the historic march from Selma to Montgomery, Martin Luther King stood on the steps of the Alabama Capitol, standing out at a large crowd, and asked the question, how long? How long would it take justice to come? And he answered that question himself, not long. How long? How long? Everyone here is a patriot. You all have a voice. You all make Washington State the best place to live in America, and you shine a light today that our whole nation will see. No hate, no war, no kings. Thank you, thank you, thank you. God bless.
Hey, hold on 1 second, 1 second. Did y'all hear what he said? Are you afraid of Donald Trump? What'd you say?
Hell no!
Wait, you see that? He said, hell nah. A little spice came out. I appreciate that. Are y'all afraid of Donald Trump?
Hell no!
Are you afraid of Donald Trump? Are you afraid of Donald Trump?
Hell no!
That's right, baby. Appreciate you. Look at it. We got Nick Brown fighting for us. That's what I'm talking about. All right. Next up, we got people who are doing the hard work every single day. And I mentioned some folks that are protesting right now at DHS. These people, I will tell you this. They're going to deliver some words today. The most important thing that they do happened before this and will happen afterwards. They are out there every day doing the work on the streets across Seattle. Christina and Aretha. Hold on, look, let me read these paragraphs about you. You want to come stand up here? Come on up, come here. Come on, best friends. Come on up here, best friends.
This one will probably be
Okay.
on the wireless.
From Puget Sound Sage and Sage Leaders. Okay, now you get to stand here while I read about you and be super embarrassed. You ready? Christina Shimizu, Executive Director of Puget Sound Sage and Sage Leaders, is committed to expanding community participation and creating lasting social change. With 10 years of experience spanning advocacy, civic engagement, direct service, and resource development, Christina draws strength from cultural pride in her queer mixed Japanese heritage. She believes that change must occur in the hearts and institutions simultaneously, and that our fight for justice must center Black liberation and Indigenous solidarity. All right. Aretha Basu, Political Director of Puget Sound Sage and Sage Leaders, is the proud daughter of immigrants from West Bengal, India. Aretha's passion for organizing was ignited at 18 in response to the murder of Michael Brown. She has been committed to grassroots organizing, working with powerful coalitions like South Asians for Black Lives, No New Youth Jail, Block the Bunker, and Decriminalize Seattle to challenge the carceral systems of policing and punishment. Again, two friends from Puget Sound Sage. Thank you. You're doing it together, right? Here we go.
Hi, everyone. My name is Chrissy Shimizu. I'm the Executive Director of Puget Sound Sage and Sage Leaders. My grandparents immigrated from Japan. During World War II, my grandfather was detained by the FBI, separated from his family, and sent to a different concentration camp than his wife and children. For years during the war, neither of them knew if the other was safe, healthy, or alive. In the 1960s, they moved to Seattle and raised their families inside the red lines of Beacon Hill and set up a business in the Central District, which was once part of Seattle's vast Japanese town, before World War II displaced 72 blocks of families, businesses, churches, and homes. Boom. My community knows firsthand that authoritarianism is not new to this country and that never again is now. Black families, indigenous families, immigrant families, we know that the founding of this country was not built on freedom, but built with stolen land and stolen labor. My organization, Puget Sound Sage, is where community power meets policy. We organize alongside workers, tenants, immigrants, frontline communities to fight for worker protections, climate resilience, and access to land and housing. We organize in the Chinatown International District, a neighborhood that is more than just a place where you can get dim sum on the weekends or park your car before a game. It is a more than 100-year-old neighborhood built up through generations and is still a welcoming home to working class immigrant neighbors. The CID is currently over-surveilled and under-invested. Life expectancy is 10 years less than anywhere else in this city. And we also know that the World Cup is approaching, and with it, a surge of DHS and ICE. And my community is terrified. We know from our siblings fighting in Minneapolis, Chicago, Portland, and LA that it is not the politicians and their promises that keep us safe. It is not the cops that keep us safe, but it is us who keep us safe. It is our neighbors and our everyday actions. It is organized people who are the heartbeat and backbone of community defense. A perfect policy will not save us. Only our organized communities will. Block by block, we must declare our neighborhoods ICE-free zones. We are the eyes and ears of our neighborhoods. We are connected to one another. And when we know our rights, when we are organized and prepared, we don't have to wait for our elected officials to act. We get to decide that our communities will be ICE-free, and we are doing this in the CID. We created an ICE-free zone and non-cooperation toolkit for our neighborhood, and it is accessible to everyone here. It's being passed out in the crowd, and it's available online. Find it and adapt it for your community. We know many people here are already part of a neighborhood group, a block committee, or have attended trainings. This moment is calling us to organize deeply and dispersed, to move beyond rapid response. We must organize steadily and relationally. It is not enough to join a signal thread that fizzles out or gets muted. What we need right now is the nuts and bolts of making what we're doing right now durable and long-lasting. Rigor around setting up our formations. Rigor around political education and learning together. Rigor around conflict transformation and staying in community with one another. Investment in language justice and not speaking on behalf of immigrants without them in the room. There are many ways to fight. We need them all. Support organizations that are doing the work, autonomous formations that are hustling, everyday people that are out there fighting to protect our communities, because the infrastructure that we are building today must be sustained not only to defend immigrants now, but to organize the durability that we need to beat back fascism and build a multiracial, queer, and feminist democracy that is finally true and just. Black and brown and indigenous and immigrant families know that the forces of fascism are not new. But our community power, the stories of our joy and resistance, are lessons to everyone here that when we fight, when we fight, when we fight, when we fight,
Seattle, my name is Aretha Basu, and I am the political director of Puget Sound Sage and Sage Leaders. Right now, our communities are being served up on a platter to the feds. This state has actively betrayed us by sharing our data with the Department of Homeland Security and Customs and Border Patrol. It has been grassroots organizing that has been sounding the alarm and demanding that our elected officials do more. Specifically, we must all call on Governor Ferguson to stop the Department of Licensing data share now. While our city may not be in a surge like Minneapolis or Chicago, our neighbors are getting picked up off the street and kidnapped while driving their cars down the highway. These are everyday people living their everyday lives, going to the grocery store, going to pick up their children, and these ICE kidnappings, because they are kidnappings, are being made possible because our state is sharing our data with DHS and ICE through our license plate numbers and our home addresses. Friends, it may feel like the presence of ICE and detention centers is too enormous and too big to challenge. But we must remember that the Department of Homeland Security wasn't created until the early 2000s in the aftermath of 9/11. So if DHS and ICE can be created in our lifetime, they can be abolished in our lifetime. We have lived whole lives before DHS and ICE, and we will live whole lives after it. To my friends here in the crowd, today cannot be the start and stop of where your action ends. Join the existing grassroots organizing that is happening in our city. Puget Sound Sage is one of many organizations and formations who are fighting every single day to ensure that our civil rights and our communities are not being served up on a platter to the federal administration. So when we say block by block, we mean that every neighbor, every worker, every community member has a duty to keep each other safe in both the big ways and the small ways. Let's give them hell, Seattle. Let's go.
Wait. Hold on, come back. That was great. You guys did great. Hold on. So if you are best friends, if other people want to be your friends too, where can they find you at the Seattle Center?
Probably walking around and being best friends.
We're going to be tabling at the Seattle Center.
Okay, find the Sage table at the Seattle Center. We'll see you all there. Thank you. Well done. I have friends everywhere. One of them is our next speaker, Mr. Michael McPherson. Michael served in the Army Reserve in active duty as a field artillery officer in the 24th Mechanized Infantry Division during Operation Desert Shield and Storm. He's devoted now to peace education and peace advocacy. Michael has been working to uplift veterans' experience and voices in the cause of a peaceful world for decades. He's the executive director of Veterans for Peace, and his voice now, in ways that we didn't expect at the beginning of 2026, his voice now means so much to what's going on in the world. Mr. Michael McPherson.
No kings, no emperors, no pharaohs. No kings, no emperors, no pharaohs. No kings, no emperors, no pharaohs. I am an Army veteran of the U.S. Forever Wars. 35 years ago today, I had just returned from the Gulf War. I'm from Fayetteville, North Carolina, where soldiers from the 82nd Airborne are deploying to the Persian Gulf right now. Boom, that's right. As a child during the Vietnam War to now, I've seen the destruction and killing of innocent people, including children, wars caused, both at home and abroad. I'm tired. I'm tired of war. I'm weary of war. We demand accountability and restitution for war crimes in the Caribbean, Gaza, and Iran. Donald Trump and Congress end these wars now. Yeah, and since I said his name, let me be clear. Donald Trump, you are a domestic enemy to we the people and the Constitution of the United States. That's right. Veterans here in Seattle and across the country, because we swore to defend the Constitution from enemies foreign and domestic, we have a duty to oppose the would-be king and his court. We join in solidarity with all people at home and around the world to defend each other and our communities. And there are people on active duty right now resisting as well. That's right. The cowards in Congress are why we can't depend on elections and politicians to save us. We must rely on each other. Frederick Douglass taught us, power concedes nothing without a demand. It never did and it never will. We must be united with one voice in our demands, and the politicians will follow us. We don't follow them. They follow us. That's right. Now, I emphasize unity because the fascists are united and gaining more power. We must work together to oppose those who seek to harm us. Okay? We must work together. Who should you unite with, you might ask? If you want a just world where everyone's dignity is respected and basic needs are met, then we ride or die together. But if you try to impose one way of life on others and prefer to cause harm rather than solutions, you are dangerous and must be stopped. That's right. Now, I know unity is difficult, but we must, I keep saying this, we must confront the united fascist movement together. Now finally, when times feel hopeless, because I know sometimes it feels dark and this is the worst thing that ever happened in our lives and all that stuff, right? But my ancestors remind me, and yours will too if you look to them, that we have everything we need. They faced much darker times than these. They had fewer tools at their disposal, fewer examples to follow, and a smaller coalition. We have global wisdom, our ancestors' examples to guide us, and the largest and most diverse multicultural coalition in history. Understand that if humanity is to survive, look around. We represent the inevitable future. Now, if you take nothing else away from today, please remember this. Build unity and community to prepare for what lies ahead. To quote Assata Shakur, it is our duty to fight for our freedom. It is our duty to win. We must love each other and support each other. I'm going to say that again. We must love each other and support each other. Can you say that? We must love each other and support each other. Ending in my words, we are here today because we know we have no choice but to unite, to fight, and to win. No kings, no emperors, no pharaohs. No kings, no emperors, no pharaohs. Thank you.
Way to go, Michael. Anyone on the side of Shakur, okay. Remind us, bring in the history, remind us. All right, next up we have Jessa Davis. Jessa Davis has built her career as an engineer and cybersecurity consultant while also working to support humanitarian causes, including volunteering with nonprofits, collaborating with teams at innovation labs, and working with the United Nations Office for Project Services. In addition to her work with SCFRE, sorry I didn't get the acronym right, she is a board member and chair of the Advocacy Committee at Queer Power Alliance and board secretary of Whole Washington. Ladies and gentlemen, executive director of Seattle Coalition for Family and Relationship Equity, Jessa Davis.
Alrighty, so I'm kind of librarian maxing up here, but I'm going to try to use my outside voice a little bit. So my name is Jessa Davis, my pronouns are she, her, and I'm the executive director of the Seattle Coalition for Family and Relationship Equity. I'm also here today with my friends from the Human Rights Campaign who invited me to come hang out, and I said yes to this before I knew what it was. So here I am, and I want to say thank you to all of you for coming to take a stand for freedom together with all of us. Thank you. Is that a little far away? Yeah, cool. The outside voice is not working yet. All right. So as a transgender woman, I, like everyone else here, and all those who are being vilified and attacked by this current regime, what we want are just basic things, right? We want to live our lives in freedom. We want to be able to raise our families as we see fit, and we want to participate in our communities without fear. And yet, as has happened so many times throughout history, we're living in a moment right now where fear is being used as a tool to create division. That division turns people into categories, and it strips away our individuality. It reduces humanity into something easy to dismiss, to disregard, and makes it easier to dehumanize us. Some people, even those who might call themselves allies, say that the fight for transgender and gender non-conforming people has gone too far, that we've moved too fast, that we've asked for too much, right? Now, the right to exist freely and without fear does not cost anyone something, right? Not even elections. And there are others who would go even further. They seek to erase us entirely, while using our existence as fuel to justify expanding their control over the most intimate and personal aspects of our lives. And I'm here to say no, right? They do this by reducing each of us into labels, by breaking apart our humanity into neat, manageable boxes. But I believe that the antidote to the fear and division that we see right now is human connection. And as we approach Trans Day of Visibility, that's what this moment calls us toward. Visibility is a refusal to disappear. It's an invitation to engage, and it's a declaration of self-worth. Because to be visibly transgender right now is not trivial, right? It means navigating ridicule, harassment, rejection, and the very real risk of violence. It means, in some places, confronting the criminalization of my existence and the very real possibility that imprisonment could be something I might face in the future. And at a time when my access to healthcare, accurate identity documents, and the ability to just move freely through society is something that's being challenged, visibility becomes an act of courage that says we all deserve safety, community, and dignity. Thank you. And by being here today, each of you has participated in an act of visibility. We show up, we create space for voices that are too often pushed to the margins. We refuse to let fear dictate who gets seen, who gets heard, and whose identity is allowed to be recognized as valid. Because when we center our shared humanity, and those with privilege and the safety to speak up, make room for speaking out for others, we create space for honesty, for complexity, and for care in our communities. We cannot build that world by staying silent in the face of fear. We cannot build it by allowing division to turn difference into indifference. We build it by choosing empathy and connection. So as we approach Trans Day of Visibility, I'll leave you with this. What does it look like to you to build a community and a world where no one has to choose between safety and authenticity? How will you continue to show up and make that real? One way you can do that, and I encourage you, there's QR codes everywhere. Sign up for April of Action, get involved, be present in your communities and your neighborhoods, and celebrate visibility for all. Thank you very much.
Okay, she said it. There's a little bit of homework here. This is a flyer that's going around right now. So let's say there's all the ambiguous calls to continue action. You're like, but how? How exactly do I do it? This is a flyer that hopefully you've seen. If you haven't, people are handing it out right now in the crowd. And if you're confused about this, they're going to be available again down in Seattle Center. So the flyer's smaller than this, but this is the version of it, all right? Someone's like, it's so big. All right, we're gonna do a check here. We're gonna do a check here because we're getting to the end, I promise. I'm looking at the body language and people are like, man, Charles said it wouldn't be that much talking. Did he lie to us? No, we're almost there, y'all. We're almost there. All right, here's one more exercise because we gotta stay physical. You gotta keep the blood flowing. I want you to turn around to the person behind you. Oh wait, then everyone's facing backwards. That didn't work out. All right, let's try it again. Some of you self-select to turn backwards. Okay, self-organized. Here we go. I want you to say to somebody else, fire it up. And the person responds, ready to go. Okay? Fire it up. Ready to go. Fire it up. Ready to go. There we go. All right. Let's go. And I appreciate it. Some of you were just saying that to the back of someone else's head. And that's my fault. That's on me. We'll do better. We have a whole march and then Seattle Center to get that right. We're going to do it again down in Seattle Center. It'll be perfect. Okay, next up, we're going to highlight something that a lot of folks have been talking about, and that's what are we going to do for May Day? What's going to happen for May Day? And are we going on strike on May Day? Is that what we're doing? Somebody yelled it out. Okay, hold on, chill out, not just yet, because there's a whole month in between where we got to get active and volunteer. But these folks are helping to lead all the thinking in that effort. We've got Shimona Moreno, the Executive Director of 350 Seattle, and Pia Rivera-Jones, the Deputy Executive Director of the People's Organizing Center at MLK Labor. Shimona is an activist, leader, change maker, and the Executive Director of 350 Seattle. Shimona is a proud Black and Latina woman, and her mother is an immigrant from Mexico, and her father a descendant of enslaved African people. These origins ground Shimona's work in the fierce commitment to amplify the demands of frontline communities hurt first and worst by climate catastrophe and the systems of harm. Pia brings over 20 years of experience and lessons in community organizing, along with nearly a decade of growth in the labor movement. As a migrant with roots in the Philippines, her first steps into activism began by educating and mobilizing fellow youth against imperialism and gender-based violence. She co-leads the People's Organizing Center team in innovating methods to build worker power, providing strategic campaign support, facilitating multi-union collaboration, and advancing racial and immigrant justice and organized labor. Ladies and gentlemen, Shimona and Pia.
Wireless mics going out?
All right.
Wireless mics out.
Hi, everyone.
Hello. Oh my God, there's so many of you. Hello. All right. Like they said, my name is Shimona Moreno. I'm the Executive Director at 350 Seattle. It's a grassroots organization fighting for climate justice and just, equitable community solutions to climate change. And this is my friend and comrade, Pia Rivera-Jones from the People's Organizing Center at MLK Labor. We are both out here representing the 2026 Seattle May Day Committee. May Day is also known as International Workers' Day, and for those of us here in the U.S., it's been a major mass mobilization day for people who come here to work from all over the world. It's a day for workers, migrants, and immigrants to join together to amplify demands for justice, call for systemic change, and celebrate victories. Our coalition is made up of people and organizations fighting for justice on many fronts, defending immigrants and migrants, protecting worker rights and advancing union fights, holding corporations accountable for their violations of people and our planet, pushing our tax dollars to be spent on serving community needs, not war and the billionaire class. And while on the day-to-day, each of our individual work and activism focuses on different things, we know that our struggles are one and the same. And it's in these moments of connection when we can extend solidarity across issues and perspectives, when we can see where our differences are and choose to move together by what unites us. We are all the more powerful and have the potential to make change when we uplift each other and combine efforts through mass movement building, because when we fight,
we win! Yes! I am so proud to be here sharing this space with you today, sharing the streets. By combining power of unions and grassroots organizations like Tanggol Migrante and the Defend Migrants Alliance, we have been able to release at least 3 union members from detention from the Northwest Detention Center in Tacoma. Yes, right? And we are going to continue these fights. You will hear more about those victories at May Day, so please come to May Day. But today, I would like to share a recent workplace victory that shows that when workers, migrants, and immigrants unite and fight, we do win. 2 of our May Day committee organizations collaborated when the University of Washington retaliated against food service worker, Mika, who is a migrant from the Philippines. Mika was organizing with her coworkers for better working conditions at UW Hospital, and they retaliated by firing her. So her union, WFSE, the Washington Federation of State Employees, Local 1495, teamed up with the grassroots group Migrante sa U to wage a 1.5-year-long fight to win Mika's reinstatement with full back pay. That is the power we have. That is the power we can wield. Migrants joined together to move past their fear, to stand up to their bosses at the UW's hospital administration. Workers asserted their collective rights to collective action. And through all of this, we showed what it means when we recognize that an injury to one
is an injury to all. Many of the villains, targets, root causes of our distinct fights are the same. For example, oil companies and their execs helped Trump and many Republicans get elected into office. They're at the center of many wars across the world. They are the drivers of the climate crisis. And as we speak, they are actively trying to find a way to avoid accountability and to escape paying their fair share in climate disaster damages, while they make record profits off of war again. The only way we will make lasting systemic change is by growing our movements together. Let's take our collective power from today and keep building our solidarity and strength. Connect with the May Day committee organizations. A lot of us are out here right now, and a bunch of us are tabling at the end of this march. We're going to shout some of our people out, so come talk to them when you see them.
SEIU 775.
SEIU 6.
One America.
International League of People Struggle.
Seattle DSA.
Seattle Alliance Against Racist and Political Repression.
350 Seattle, they're out here canvassing right now for their Make Polluters Pay campaign.
Ow! Whose streets are streets?
Puget Sound Safe.
Latino Community Fund.
UFCW 3000.
Protect 17.
North Seattle Progressive.
Defend Migrants Alliance. And there's more. And we'll see you all back out here again at noon, May 1st, May Day.
When workers' rights are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When immigrant rights are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When migrants' rights are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
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 Join the fight,
I'm talking about, man. I'm ready to go. Dang, let's get to work. All right, here's our final speaker, y'all. Final speaker. This is a special one. So, we took a trip out to Minneapolis right after Alex Preddy's murder. I guess this is the part where I should tell you who I am. Golly, man. They're like, who is this guy yelling at us for an hour? Man, my name is Charles Douglas. I'm the executive director of Common Power. Common Power is an organization that sends volunteers all around the country to knock on doors. We've got an election to win, y'all. I don't know if you heard about the midterms, but we got work to do. We got work to do. That is the offensive side. On the defensive side, though, we have to protect our homes. And so when we heard about what was going on in Minneapolis, I took with me the leaders of Seattle Indivisible, West Seattle Indivisible, and other folks here, and we learned directly from the people on the ground in Minneapolis who are pushing back against this administration with some of the most effective and innovative methods that we have ever seen. And we went to DHH Church, where the pastor there had turned his entire church into one of the largest mutual aid hubs in Minneapolis. And now we brought him here to talk to you all. Pastor Sergio Amezcua, our keynote, is a senior pastor at Dios Habla Hoy, a bilingual church in South Minneapolis, and has become a center of resistance and humanitarian efforts to help families hurt by ICE and DHS. And let me tell you about the scope. He just sent me this yesterday because he has the final numbers, the latest numbers on how many people they've helped to date since December of last year, December 2nd of last year only. 53,000 boxes distributed of food and supplies. Over 1.85 million pounds of food delivered to immigrant families in Minneapolis area. Over 171,000 people reached and over 10,000 volunteers mobilized. I bring to you somebody who is leading not just ideas and talking points, but the real work of neighbors helping neighbors. Pastor Sergio, please.
Hello, Seattle. Blessings to all of you. I want to thank you for inviting me. I want to thank you for visiting Minneapolis. I know about 100 people were there in February, and we couldn't do this without you and without your support. I really appreciate it. I want to give you another statistic about help and community action that we're doing in Minneapolis. We have over 10,000 volunteers, and 98% of them are white. I'm gonna repeat that. 98% of them are white. We cannot do this without you. Unidos somos más. United, we are more. See, politicians are good at dividing our communities, but we're not gonna let them drive our movement. We're gonna be together. I don't care what your background is. I don't care what you believe in. I'm gonna bless you, I'm gonna love you, and I'm gonna help you either way. We have too many politicians now speaking in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. But those are words, and they do something totally different of what the gospel teaches. The gospel teaches to love each other, to love your neighbor, to feed the hungry, to welcome the stranger. And we need to get these politicians accountable. Most of them, they're not answering to your phone calls. They're not answering to our prayers. They're not answering to our phone calls. They're answering to their campaign donors. And we cannot let that happen anymore. We have something else going on in the White House, and they want Christian nationalism. Believe me, I'm a pastor, but I don't need the government to tell you what to believe in. No. Jesus will never approve that. You're welcome to believe whatever you want to believe. That's freedom of religion. I don't care whether you're Muslim, whether you're atheist, agnostic, whether you're a member of the LGBT community. I love you, and you're welcome to believe whatever you want. I'm going to preach love. I'm going to preach Jesus, and we're going to get together behind our movements. It's time for religious people to put their mouth where their money is. They're good at preaching, they're good at prayer, but when there's call to action, they're very slow. But I'm gonna welcome all the faith leaders to join us in this movement. We don't believe in men kings. We don't believe in kings. We don't believe in nothing like that. That only king that I choose to follow, and it's as a volunteer, is my Lord Jesus Christ. I don't need a king in earth. No. And listen, if you don't believe that, it's okay. I love you either way. I'm not here to hate. I'm here to let you know that whatever happens in Minneapolis cannot happen in Seattle. We better send a message to the government that united we are more, and united we're together and stronger. They're not gonna dictate the way we live. They're not gonna dictate who is your neighbor and who is not your neighbor. Because our neighbors, regardless of the background, regardless of their document status, they're human beings and they need our help. So we the people are stronger than any human king. When I say eyes, you say ow. Eyes! Eyes! When I say king, you say ow. Kings! Kings! America, a nation of immigrants. You know, Martin Luther King had a dream, and we enjoyed those benefits of his dream. But somehow, politicians have taken us into a nightmare. Seeing mothers arrested, little children in detention facilities. This is not America. This is racism in the name of patriotism. We're not gonna stay for that. We're gonna raise our voices, and we're gonna say no kings. When I say kings, you say kings. Eyes. We don't need those things in our society now. What we need is to love each other, to help each other, and to respect each other. I'm calling you to unity. I'm calling you to get together with your neighborhood. I'm calling you to get organized. I'm calling you to sign up once this march is over to get involved in something. And you might feel small. Believe me, December 2nd, I feel this small. I saw ICE activity in Minneapolis like if I was back in Mexico. I've been living in Minneapolis for 24 years, and I'm more American than Donald Trump. I'm more American than Stephen Miller in the White House. When I say Stephen Miller, you say, ow! Stephen Miller! Stephen Miller! I believe he's the root of all evils in there. And we need them out. So this November, we better get our action together. We better vote. We better invite our neighbors to vote. In Minneapolis, the ICE were in Minneapolis December, January, February, March. And because ICE had 3,000 agents in there. Minneapolis or Minnesota has less than 1%, listen to this, less than 1% of the immigration community in the whole United States. So why did Donald Trump send an army to Minneapolis? Why? Because he's targeting his political opponents. There is no difference between Donald Trump and Maduro or Chavez. No. They're targeting their political opponents, and the community and the neighbors are suffering the consequences. So when I say eyes, you say eyes. Eyes. We need to get together, Seattle. We need to get together. I'm here because 100 of you decided to go there and stand with us. And I'm gonna be here. If they call me, I'll be here to help. I'll be here to volunteer. And I'm gonna come back anytime you ask me to come back, because Seattle has the potential to lead the way. And I believe the No Kings rally that we're having here, it will not be the last one. The federal government better get ready, because we're gonna send a sign that no matter how many times they mock us or they make fun of us, we have power. And our common power is their vote. Our common power is their vote. That's why when I say Donald Trump, you say Donald Trump. Vamos. Gracias, gracias a todos. I want to close with this. I will not bow to fear. I will not bow to intimidation. I will not bow to any human power. They can place fear to us through media. But when we get together, they're going to be the ones that are left behind. I'm going to share a story with you. In 2020, George Floyd was killed in Minneapolis. And we have thousands of people protesting on the streets against the Minneapolis Police Department. But there were some changes after that. When ICE invaded our communities, we asked for help. And two of the first groups that showed up, it was members of the LGBT community. Come on, come on. Yes, yes, thank you. The second group that showed up was the Minneapolis Police Department. Hear me out, hear me out. In 2020, thousands of people were protesting against them. In 2026, we were working together with our Minneapolis Police Department, delivering food to people's homes. That's the power of unity. We need to get united. And I want to say hi to the people behind the stage here. Why don't we clap for them? Thank you for being here. We need to stand together. We need to put our words into action. We need to get a commitment out of you today. We the people are stronger, and we, it's not I in this team, it's we the people. Can I pray for you all? Can I? Will you give me the permission to pray for you? Well, Father, we come before you, Lord. We need leaders to stand up. You know, Jesus came here and declared war to religion because they care all about power and they did not care about people, just like most of the politicians today. But Lord, I pray that in our meeting, like Jesus, wake up. And even though there are some consequences, we're going to stand up for people. We're going to be the voice of people. And I'm going to ask you, Lord, to bless all this community. I'm going to ask you to bless the thousands of people here. And this is just the beginning of what you're going to do with them. And people will remember 2026 was the beginning of something greater. Thank you. God bless you. And God bless Seattle.
I didn't expect to get blessed in Cal Anderson Park, but it happened, y'all. It happened. This is No Kings. Anything can happen here. We're going to close up by, I'm telling you, a commitment to the work is a commitment to talking about the people who do the work. I'm going to bring up two reluctant leaders up here. People ask, how does this happen? How does all this, come closer. How does all this happen? And it happens by people who would rather be behind the scenes and not on stage. This is the president and leader of Seattle Indivisible and West Seattle Indivisible, the co-chairs of this event. People who wouldn't get any recognition unless they were dragged up here. And they're gonna help to remind us why we're here. and where we need to go after this. But I want to read these list of demands if a bunch of well-meaning folks put together. 1, ICE out. Abolish DHS and prosecute ICE.
2, stop Trump's wars. Demand accountability and restitution for war crimes in the Caribbean, Gaza, and Iran.
Number 3, hands off our neighbors. Protect our rights and stop the scapegoating.
Number 4, fight fascism. Take back power for the people, for all the people.
And number 6, put people over predators. Fund health care, feed families, and protect our planet. Do not fund billionaire greed.
Last one, protect our elections. Defend voting rights and mail-in ballots.
Thank you all for the work that you've done. We're gonna hit the streets, y'all. It's time. It's time. Loosen up. Loosen up. Who's ready to go? Are you ready to go? We're all we got. We're all we need. We're all we got. We're all we got. We're all we got. All right, we're gonna, thank you so much. Thank you, Kathleen. Thank you. We're gonna get played off stage here by somebody who you may know. This is somebody who is, I don't know. Maybe they heard of you. This is y'all know about the wands? Y'all know about gift shop? Thrift shop, my bad. You go to the gift shop, at the thrift shop, after the thrift shop. So the Wands is an American singer, songwriter, and musician known for his soulful and powerful vocal performances. He gained significant recognition for his collaboration with Macklemore and Ryan Lewis on the hit song Thrift Shop in 2012, where he delivered the memorable hook. I also want to call out this is a brother up here, and I can't leave the stage without saying this. This is maybe the blackest No Kings we've had. Okay? Come on, Cameron. All right? For Michael, I gotta say it, y'all. This for Seattle, I'm proud of us, man. I'm proud of us. Wands, show us a good time, brother. Show us that it's more than just fighting. There's a little bit of fun going on. There's joy as we hit these streets.
Happy time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What's up, Seattle? How y'all living? You good? Are you good? I got a couple of things I want to say. I want to know, can you count? You sure? Can you count? I figured out something when I was walking up here today, that the president has the lowest approval rating we've ever seen. The majority of the people do not like him. And I was thinking, you know what? There's more of us than there are of them. Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Now, you know they're trying to take the vote, right? And when the lady was running, a lot of people stayed home. What makes you think that the vote doesn't matter? Because if it didn't matter, why would so many people be trying to stop us from voting? Why would they be trying to restrict voting? They should want more people with these great ideas that they have. They would want more people to vote for them. But that's not what they're doing. And that's why they got to go. Right? Right? This is a country of we the people. We the people. We the people. We the people. We have the power. It is our government. It is ours. Don't let anybody tell you different. Because I'm an old black man, and I remember the stories my parents told me when you had to count jelly beans in order to get the vote. Where you had to solve some math problem, but they never put you in school. so that you can vote. Ladies, remember when you could not get a credit card? If you're young, you better find some older person and ask them about it. We got it really, really good. I have a song that I wrote a while ago, and I want to share it with you because this is going to get our feet moving so we can take a walk. Are you ready? Are you ready? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being here. I want you all to look around, side to side, back to front. We have to take care of each other. All of us, all the time. When's it going to happen? Why not now? I have a very interesting question. Put one finger in there, would you? One finger. I want to make sure that you recognize there is only one species of human being on the planet. Just one. And we are it. So here's my question.
Thank you. You'll just look at me, ignore the camera.
Just stand alone.
Sorry. Okay, real quick. What's your name and how do you spell it?
Paul Hyam, Higham.
Marion McKinnon, Marion, Mackinnon.
Perfect. What brought you out here today?
We're I hate what ICE has done. I'm very worried about the government and how many people are getting hurt. We're also from Canada, and we should all be friends. Canada and America should be united, not against each other.
We want this nonsense to stop as soon as possible. So anything we can do to help.
How long have you been in America for?
We've been in Seattle for almost 3 years. Been in the United States for about 25 years.
Yeah, 24 years.
So you've seen the evolution of how we got to here right now.
Yeah.
I mean, what is that like for you?
Well, it's amazing. We lived through the Obama years, and we thought this is incredible. You know, for 8 years, the Obamas were there, and now it's just we're seeing everything go downhill, and a new war starting in Gaza, and I just feel so hopeless for this administration, for the people right now.
What was it like for you to be here today with so many other individuals? I mean, do you feel like change is on the way?
Yeah. I'm inspired. It's just the amount of energy that's here. I'm happy to see that it's growing. I fully hope that across the country today we're going to hit 10 million people. That's what I'm hoping for. That's why we're out. Our drop in the bucket.
Thank you so much. It's so nice to meet you.
All right.
Thank you.
You gotta realize there are hundreds of thousands of birds on this planet. Millions of bugs on this planet.
What?
Human beings, Homo sapiens,
Huh?
one.
I can't hear you. Oh.
And we have to take care of each other. So the question I have right now is very simple. It goes just like this. When will we stand together? 'Cause we ain't got no forever. When will we stand together? 'Cause we ain't got forever. When will we stand together? 'Cause we ain't got forever. We up just to stand alone. One is such a lonely number. Will we give up being on our own and start fighting together? Can you tell me when, if not now? When will this ever end? Can you tell me when, if not now? When will...
Hi. Would you be willing to talk with us by chance?
Absolutely.
Thank you. Yes? All right, real quick, what's your name and how do you spell it?
My name is Brent Bauer, BRENT-BAUER.
What brought you out here today?
I just wanted my voice to be heard because I do not like what is happening in this country.
What is it specifically that you're upset about and frustrated about that brought you out here today?
I was a political science student in college, and we studied fascist governments. I never thought I would actually see our government turn that way, but if you look at it objectively, that is really what's happening. I mean, the Constitution is being entirely ignored, whether it's a birthright citizenship or any of the other things that Donald Trump has just flooded the zone with and expected the courts to be slow in responding. I'm just tired of everything happening that we don't want to happen and that does not represent America, including the latest, which is the war in Iran. It's completely senseless. It makes no sense at all. And it wasn't approved by Congress, which is another unconstitutional thing.
What is it like for you to be out here with so many other individuals who also feel the same way you do?
It makes me feel good. It's nice to know that so many other people care. It's a warm feeling of community. That's the best way to describe it.
What's the hope that will come out of this day?
I really want to see change. I want to see enough pressure so that there are enough politicians that actually stand up and show integrity, especially the GOP. I mean, it would only take a handful of them to stand up and say enough is enough. It's gone too far, and then that'd be enough to affect change. So,
thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Nice to meet you. Thank you.
What channel are you with?
Fox 13.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Thank
All right,
you.
Thank you.
Oh, pardon me. Sorry. Thank you.
Shut it down, don't hold on to what is now, don't fall through, cut it out, rebel music, bump it now, brainwash it to propaganda and sing too. Who's watching genocide? This isn't fake news. Break beats, stay truths, apocalypse, make moves, take you out your deep sleep. We must wake you. Most settlers don't admit they were once refugees. Foreign policies like what happened back in 1973. This land set the state, created in 1948. Raised on stolen land, seems like they born to hate. Violence escalates just like United States. 1776, genocide replicates. Truth will disseminate, recognize, emulate, strategize, rebel base, worldwide elevate. Yo, hold up, shut it down. Don't hold on to what is now. Don't fall through, cut it out. Rebel music, bump it now. Yo, hold up, shut it down. Don't hold on to what is now. Don't fall through, cut it out. Rebel music, bump it now.
Oh, this is so close. Don't make me a chunky monkey, okay?
The thing is, you see empty behind you.
What?
You see empty fields behind you.
Oh, can we do it like where you see them?
I mean, sure. I don't know now, but
What if I go down this way and then you just pan on to me to them? Does that work? Okay. All right, 3, 2, 1. 100,000 people were expected out here today for today's rally. That's not it. 3, 2, 1. 100,000 people were expected out here for today's rally. The crowd is so big, you can't even see where it ends. Was that weird? What if you're here and I go down there? And then you just pan off? Is that weird? Sure. Or what if I'm down here?
then you'll see nothing.
Like I'm down here and then you just pan up. No?
Just go down there. And it's not we waited too long.
Can I just do a real quick thank you for the pan off?
Absolutely,
Thank you so much. I'll be... Yeah? And then you go that way? Okay. It's okay. Ready? There's 3, 2, 1. 100,000 people were expected out here for today's rally. The crowd is so big, you can't even see where it ends. One more time. All right. 2, 1. 100,000 people were expected out here for today's rally. The crowd was so big, you can't even see where it ends.
It's fine.
Yeah, okay.
We should have done this a lot earlier.
Yeah.
It's not a smooth, like... Alright, let me just get video of...
Okay.
I need to be able to see a crowd behind you.
Oh, okay. Are you panning or no pan?
What?
Same thing?
Sure.
Or should I do a cat?
I don't know, sure. Just do the tag, I don't care.
Okay. I forgot my tag. Hold on. An organist told me this is one of 60 No Kings rallies that happened across the Puget Sound on Saturday. Organist told me this was just one of 60 No Kings rallies that happened across the Puget Sound on Saturday. Ready? All right, 3, 2, 1. And organizers tell me this was just one of 60 No Kings rallies that happened across the Puget Sound on Saturday. In Seattle, Shira Matsuzawa, Fox 13 News. I can't hear you. What?
I hear talking, I don't know if they're talking to me.
Oh.
A stand-up with alpha looking thing. This is a much better shot. And also, if I'm standing to a crowd, we're cutting the video of the crowd too.
Okay, because I was going to use like a parenting to start.
Yeah, so me going to a crowd not chasing and chasing is going to be like...
Okay. That's fine. Then it's going to be really short.
You could just say a crowd so big you couldn't even see where it started, and then we can cut to the chasing.
Okay. Okay. You want me right here still?
Okay.
All right, 3, 2, 1. 100,000 people were expected at today's rally. The crowd was so big, you couldn't even see where it ended. Did that work? Okay.
Nobody now, I don't wanna see this out of warehouse. Nobody now, fuck ice in the truth they represent. Until it's nobody. My family came on a plane from IDC. I'm the firstborn on this continent since they claiming that our city is a sanctuary. But it don't feel that way to me, cause I can see the way they profile the Somalis. They don't give you none if your religion is peace. You can say salam and have them call the police. But even worse than that, if you're a hijabi, they coming for the black and the brown and the natives and the Asian, the Muslim, the gay and the trans and disabled, frontline workers, legal observers, the organizers and the news reporters, the writers, the poets, the teachers, the voices, the students, the women who are running out of choices. They want asylum so they can keep control, but all of us together is what breaks their hold. So who's that peeking in my window? Nobody now, I heard ice was peeking through your window. Nobody now, I heard ice was open doing that. Nobody now, fuck ice and the truth they represent. Until it's nobody. I can't find it.
and guns, not taught by our teachers on our curriculum. Do you hear that thunder? That's the sound of strength in numbers. Not a single thing has ever been mended. Why are you standing there and saying you're offended? Go ahead, tell them what I've intended. I say what I mean, do what I love, and fucking send it. Do you hear that thunder? That's the sound of strength in numbers. There's nothing brave and nothing useful. You scrawling your aggro shit on the walls of the cubicle. Saying my race and class ain't suitable. So I raise my pink fist and say black is beautiful.